Hey folks, Derek here with Explore On. And today I'd like to show you the things that I would bring on a hike in Subway. It's a 13-mile hike and some canyoneering as well. Start with, I'm gonna take this hat. This is a runner's hat. The bill is really soft and it allows for the heat to escape from my head, and if I pull it down low, it'll protect my eyes from the sun. Otherwise, it's used for sweat management so that as I sweat during the day, instead of it dripping into my eyes, it'll get into the bill itself. This is a sun shirt that I would be wearing as well. It doesn't provide much heat, much warmth, but it does provide protection against the sun if you happen to be in it all day. And if you add other layers to it, which I will be doing, and I'll show you that as well, then it will function as a layer to provide some warmth. The last thing I want to show you is this. This is a Hoka Speed Goat 5. It has the Vibram soles. You can tell this one happens to be fairly well worn, and they're incredibly light. It's an incredibly light shoe, and it has a lot of foam to protect your knees and ankles from too much of a beating. This is almost like adding extra cartilage to your knees and ankles. And the best thing about this particular pair of shoes is it's not waterproof, but if you do get them wet, as long as you're walking, it'll help squeeze that water out of this shoe so it becomes dry very quickly. Usually about 4 or 5 steps. Now let's go to the bag. For starters, this is the bag that I'm going to be carrying with me. It has the rope, helmet, it has everything that I'm going to need for the day. Let's go through it. Start with, anytime you're doing canyoneering or where debris may fall, you'll want a helmet. And it's not just for falling debris, but it also functions as if you bump into a wall too hard with your head, or you're coming up out of a crevice and there's an overhang. I've had my head hit pretty hard on those. This is my Black Diamond helmet. It's not anything too spectacular. Then we have this rope. This is an 8mm rope, and it is 60 feet long. I have marked the middle with a darker color and a permanent magic marker. There's no rappel in Subway that is more than 30 feet, so this 60-foot rope will be more than enough. Next, we have a water bottle, and I prefer this type of water bottle these days. It's really lightweight. As I drink it, it reduces in size. You can roll it up and put it in your bag when you're done, and it's really lightweight. It's durable, handles cold well, handles heat well, and you always know how much water you have left. A lot of times bladders won't do that for you. This does. This bag that I have is just an outdoor products bag. I believe I got it from Walmart for around $20. It's nothing spectacular, but what I like about it is, as I get it beat up, and you can tell I've already went through a lot with it, then I don't have that much invested in it. It's only $20. As I open the bag, the first thing I have at the top, webbing, and this webbing we could put this around trees or something out, or rocks, or something very steady, so that if in a case of an emergency, we can use this to get out of a jam. It's always a good idea to have when you're canyoneering. Next, I have my harness in my bag. Now this has far more on this harness than what I need. I have a whole lot of carabiners. I have a descender. I even have enough special rope for a third hand right here. Now, even though I probably won't use this third hand tomorrow, if I were coming out of or doing a rappel and I wanted to stop and take a picture, this third hand really comes in handy. Other than that, it's just your normal canyoneering gear and rappelling. Come off to the side. Next, I have my dry clothes bag. And the reason I'm doing this tomorrow is because it could be cold. And if it's cold, I don't think it's gonna be cold enough to wear a wetsuit, but I want some additional layers if it's cold enough to warrant it, especially with the water. That water can really sap the heat out of your body and bring on hypothermia if you're not careful. This particular shirt is a shirt of my own design. It has a very thick, heavy-duty, stretchable material. This shirt does not breathe well. You want this on as an outer layer, but it will hold in warmth. I've also put in some pads on the shoulders and elbows, and this is a 3/4 length sleeve. So there's that. Next, I have another thin short sleeve shirt, and I got this from Costco. Again, it's very stretchable. It's a durable shirt, and it wicks very well. So this would not be what I want to use for holding in heat, but it will add another layer to what I already have. Now, this is the type of pant that I'm going to be wearing tomorrow in here. And this is just, again, a stretchy hiking pant. Got this at Costco, nothing fancy. I want to say it was $19. But the nice thing about this particular pant is if you're in a bind, you can wear two pair of pants, which is why I'm having this extra one. If I get really cold, I'll put on this pair of pants over the top of my other pants, and it will provide enough warmth to help me throughout the day. I've used this on Kilimanjaro twice, where instead of having big puffy pants that are hard to walk in, I just put two pair of these pants on. It was very warm, and on the way down, when you start to warm up, you can take one of these layers off really quickly. So there's the clothes. They're in an inexpensive wet bag or dry bag. You want to keep it dry, not wet. Then we talk about nutrition. Inside my water bottle that I bring, I will be putting some electrolyte powder in it to help provide minerals and salts that I need as I'm losing a lot of fluids during the day. The one that I'm using tomorrow will be from Gnarly. It does have some sugar in it, and a few calories, not very many, but it doesn't have caffeine. And sometimes caffeine can cause you to dehydrate. Although on a hike, caffeine can provide other good benefits. So as we go and talk about nutrition, this is my nutrition bag. This is my nutrition bag. I keep it in a dry bag as well. Start with, I have 2 Lenny and Larry snack size cookies. These are awesome cookies to bring on a hike. It's plant-based proteins, and this particular wrapped cookie comes from Costco, and it's in the snack size. You can get a larger cookie from a convenience store, but this one would do just fine. These have 210 calories each, so that's going to be 420 calories. When I eat both of these, I won't eat them at the same time, but as we stop and take breaks every hour or so, I'll grab a cookie and eat that. I also like to bring these beef sticks. These are not my favorite type of beef stick, but you get these in bulk at Costco as well. They will give you some sugar, not sugar, but salt, and other minerals inside this beef stick. And it's not bad. It's just not my favorite beef stick. These are 40 calories each. Sorry, 45 calories each. So that's gonna be around 130 calories there. Next, I have some nuts in this bag. These nuts, this is 2.5 ounces or 450 calories. Nuts are great because they're dense in calories, and as you're hiking and needing more calories. I always try to bring 2,000 calories with me, even though I may not eat all 2,000. It's good to have. I've went on the hike that was longer than I expected before and used way too many calories. So next is a almond butter and jelly sandwich on wheat bread. This sandwich is around 410 calories, so it's a good lunch type thing to eat, and it's very filling. Next, I have a little bag that I bring on almost all my hikes. It has liquid IV in it. It has Element in it as well that also provides electrolytes. I have a Zip Fizz in there if I needed caffeine. I have some aspirin in there, a pair of earplugs if I'm spending the night, and and dental floss for the occasion. And then I also just put like lemonade packets in there because water can be hard to drink on a long hike. Now I have some Motrin in there, but also I have this. It's a Goodies powder. These aren't very popular in the West, but they're very popular in the South. And I grew up in Florida, and we use these all the time for headaches and that kind of thing. It has 65 milligrams of caffeine, and it has aspirin and other pain reliever type things. But the biggest thing that this does is if you're in high altitude, it will help you with altitude sickness. It helps to prevent it. I don't know if a doctor's going to tell you that, but I've been on plenty of high altitude hikes, Kilimanjaro being one, and this was all I ever took. And it gives you a burst of energy as well. That's what I'm bringing tomorrow on this hike in Zion's, and that's it.